Yo, what's up, guys? You got II here. Today, once again with the Illusion.
Hey, what's up, guys? Illusion is back.
And today we're bringing you the TMT Match versus Run of Jewels. And as you can see here, they brought Milotic, Mandibuzz, Ferrothorn, Landorus, Heliolisk, and Mega Gardevoir. So looking at their team, we didn't want to lead anything that Mega Gardevoir could easily beat or fire off a hit, because even though Metagross is Assault Vest, as you know from the last team builder, it still does not want to take hits. It wants to be preserved as high health as possible. So looking at their team, we decided to lead Snorlax here. If you recall, we're the Recycle, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Body Slam set. And as you can see, it works out here. They led Heliolisk, which can be a threat. It stops Gator's Aqua Jet. It can take hits from Coco even. Can Volt Switch out. So they led Heliolisk. I have trouble saying that. And they went right for the Volt Switch. And we just went for the body. We went the Fire Punch, actually. Probably expecting
So, in case
Ferrothorn.
they went like Ferrothorn, if we got a Fire Punch off, that's really great for Coco because +1 HP Fire would KO after a Fire Punch from Snorlax. If
Yeah.
they make a safe play and go into Milotic,
Yeah. And unfortunately, as we feared, they are the Flame Orb set, which boosts their defense due to Marvel Scale. Um, yeah, so
with Flame Orb, this thing becomes way bulkier. Like, Froligator can almost never break Flame Orb Milotic, and it can even tank hits from Heracross. It just gains so much bulk from being burned. And burn doesn't even take off that much health due to the nerf
exactly.
this gen.
And another reason we went for the Fire Punch instead of like a Body Slam is because Gligar, if you recall, does not have defog. So we want to keep hazards off the field as much as possible. And we couldn't risk Ferrothorn coming in, even though we had Fire Punch. We couldn't risk it setting up any rocks or spikes. So we go for a Body Slam just to like scout how much damage that does, and they go for a Toxic. We can't beat it 1v1 anymore because we're Toxic, obviously, even though we're the recycled Figgy Berry set. So we made the hard double or the hard read into Tapu Koko, hoping they'll maybe go for a recover here. And they do, thankfully. So now they're in a
So this is
predicament. Yeah.
yeah. This is
So
the perfect opportunity for us to go for a Calm Mind, because there's no way they can stay in with
mhm.
Milotic.
Yeah, Milotic is too key to them winning the game. It's probably one of their win cons for this. So this is the free Calm Mind for us. We know we can take any hit and fire off an HP Fire. If Ferrothorn wants to come out, we can now take a Hyper Voice from Gardevoir easier and to KO that. Landorus will now die to Z Dazzling Gleam unless it's Scarfed. So we go for the Thunderbolt here. And
So
that,
this reveals that the Heliolisk is Assault Vest.
yeah, that does not do enough. We were like, what? Um, but yeah, it's good that they went for Volt Switch instead of actually hitting us for more damage because, again, we don't have Roost on Tapu Koko, so we want to keep this as high health as possible. And they actually make the switch into Landorus. Now, this is an interesting play. You want to talk about what we did?
We thought long and hard about this play because Landorus could be Scarfed, and if it's Scarfed, it just EQs and kills us right now. So we thought, like, is it worth it for us to go for the Z-Dazzle? If they're
Exactly.
offensive, we can just kill it, but if they're Scarf, we just die. And we were
Exactly.
wondering why they would bring in Landorus in if it's not Scarf.
But the thing about this play is, I know it like may seem that we're all making these terms pretty fast, but they thought long and hard about this play. They took a while to make this play, so I wasn't convinced that. I didn't think they were scarfed, and if they were scarfed, that was a free switch into Gligar where we could get a free Toxic or Rocks up, or even a switch into Heracross, which can put in work. So we thought it was worth making the play to just Z-Dazzle. And luckily for us, they aren't scarfed and they aren't sashed, and Lando is gone. So that's a huge threat gone for us. No more Intimidate. Heracross has more fun versus their team. So does Gator and Metagross
Setup Lando was
and
probably
everything.
the biggest threat to our team because once Gligar is even weakened, it pretty much 6-0s us.
Yeah, exactly. But that worked out amazing for us. So now they go Ferrothorn. And like we said before, we don't want hazards up. We just want to weaken this thing and get it out of our sight. So we decided to go for the HP Fire. We know that Gyro Ball and Power Whip won't kill us. We know we can take any hit. Um, and they go for the Power Whip, and as you can see, that only does 53, which is still a fair amount. But now Ferrothorn's weakened to the point where just about anything on our team can kill it, barring maybe Gligar. Um, but yeah, we go for the HP Fire and finish that thing off. And now they can go into Assault Vest Heal-O-Lisk. And we want to keep Coco alive because it deals with Milotic, it deals with Mandibuzz, and those are two main bulky threats that our team has trouble handling. Snorlax kinda was the most useless mon on our team now because it's toxic. So we made the hard read and went into that. As you can see, they go for Hyper Voice. We didn't want to go Gligar in case they randomly HP Iced because at this point they're down 2 mons and we still have a full 6 team.
And
So they have
once
to.
Heliolisk and Gardevoir are weakened a bit, Coco can just spam Thunderbolt and kill every single mon.
Yeah.
So we're in a great position right now. Coco's looking to 6-0 right now.
And the thing about this is, like, when you're on the losing side, you have to make hard plays and hard reads in order to catch up. So an HP Ice was definitely possible from them. But we wanted to preserve this in case Mandibuzz somehow managed to 1v1 everything. So we go Snorlax. As we said before, it's kind of the most useless mon because it's toxic now. And at this point, we expect a Volt Switch, and they'll probably go Milotic again. And we just recycle to get the Figgy Berry back. Yeah, so now we're going to go Gator. And if you recall from the team builder, we're Swords Dance Gator. We can do more damage to Milotic than it can do to us due to the Swords Dance. But if we get burned, it becomes an issue. So we just go
But
for...
at this point, we're looking to Sag Gator because then we can bring in Tapu Koko or Heracross in. And if either of those mons come in, we can get a kill.
And I think Heliolisk, I have trouble saying that, but I think that does not take 2 Thunderbolts in Electric Terrain. So I think they only have maybe... They don't even have a switch in anymore. Gardevoir will be 2-hit KO'd. Everything gets 2-hit KO'd or O-code. So, yeah, as Illusion said, we're kind of trying to sack Gator, or at least do as much damage as possible at this point. They go for their Scald, trying to fish for the burn. Get it, fish. So we actually Swords Dance up here, expecting them to like try Scald or recover up again, which is, I mean, they could have done it because they're at 43%, so that leaves them kind of low. But again, Coco was going to kill anyway, and yeah. So we go for Swords Dance as Gardevoir comes
right
out.
here, we can Aqua Jet for a lot of damage, but we think we can preserve Gator, and it'll probably be useful as sack fodder versus Milotic. And we have a dedicated switching in Metagross specifically for this situation.
Exactly, and Metagross can't really beat anything but Gardevoir at this point. I mean, it can take hits from Heliolisk, but again, like Gardevoir, we need to switch in to Metagross so we can gain momentum. So, as we said before, we go Metagross, and they go for Hyper Voice, and as you can see, that does, like, nothing to us. And here, we expect them to switch out, because we know, and they know, that Meteor Match kills 100%, Bullet Punch can 2-hit KO easily. So we expect them to switch out into, like, maybe Milotic or something, or even Mandibuzz, because those two can easily take hits from Metagross. So we go for the Pursuit, expecting them to switch out. And at this point, both of our teams thought long and hard, because now they know that we revealed Pursuit, and they probably know that we have Bullet Punch. So
right here is a 50-50.
Yeah, exactly, and we get rid of Gardevoir, and because at this point we figured, well, Metagross isn't going to do anything anymore anyway, because the only thing it really defeats at this point is Mega Gardevoir, so why not use this opportunity to get rid of it if we can? So we Bullet Punch that thing goes down. And now they go into Mandibuzz, and Metagross cannot touch that thing to save its life. So we go Hard Gligar, and if you recall from the team builder, it's immunity, so we're immune to Toxic. The most Mandibuzz can do to us now is Knock Off, but it goes for U-turn, expecting us to switch, and they can go Milotic and easily recover up. We actually go for Rocks here just to see how much speed their Milotic is running, and because Rocks make so Heliolisk doesn't take Coco on as well, and it forces Mandibuzz to defog if they want to do that.
We also expected them to recover because they're super low, and if we U-turned out into something like Gator we maybe could have killed.
Yeah,
But we knew Skull didn't kill, and Gligar is only kind of here to bring up rocks, so we were willing to let it get burned.
exactly, exactly. So here we SD up. We SD up a second time, because we're not touching Milotic really anyway at this point. And here they make the interesting play, and they go Mandibuzz, as we just go for the crunch to scout what damage that does. And they probably want to go for. All right, so they probably thought we had Waterfall, and we're planning on hitting that with or hitting Mandibuzz with Waterfall. So we don't have it. We have Aqua Jet for Landorus. We just go for the low kick, trying to do as much damage as possible because we're basically at this point we're trying to sack Gator to get in Coco. Because once we do that, Coco pretty much just wins the game. Um, and again, they because they're in such a losing position, they need to gain as much momentum as possible. And to win, they're gonna need Heliolisk at more HP so it can take on Coco better. But unfortunately
Yeah,
for
if
them,
Helios
yeah,
gained health from us going for Waterfall, that would have been a good play. They could have staved off Coco defeating their team,
yeah,
but we just go for low kick because we don't have Waterfall.
yeah. And like at this point, we're still stacking it, so we go for Crunch just to do as much damage as possible. And now we can go Coco. And at this point, it's pretty much game. We Thunderbolt twice, and that is good game to the run of Jules. Hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a like and comment if you want, and we'll see you soon.